It is a difficult topic that we are confronting head-on this week on City News, the rise in hate-related crimes across our country. Our coverage shifts to Edmonton tonight, where members of Canada's oldest mosque are preaching unity in the face of division.
I went to Walmart about a month ago, and as I was greeting one friend of mine there, the person who happened to be walking said, "Look at the terrorist."
That is the reality that confronts Sadiq Patan in his hometown. The lifelong Edmontonian and Imam here at Al Rashid Mosque says that Islamophobia is as rampant as it's ever been.
Alberta has one of the highest number of incidences of hate crimes towards Muslims. And not just the graffiti, there's a great deal of harassment for a lot of the members.
It's perhaps more startling given Al Rashid's title as Canada's oldest mosque. The original building was first erected in 1938, spurred on by female worshippers and an interfaith partnership.
And these amazing, creative women, Muslim women, united with the Ukrainian community, with other faith groups and Christian communities, to make sure that this could happen.
80 years later, the original mosque has been replaced as the Al Rashid community has grown to more than 40,000 members.
From bus drivers to doctors to lawyers to teachers to every walk of life.
Omar Asif is an imam here too. His father immigrated to Edmonton from Lebanon more than 50 years ago.
As he said, it's easier to be a Muslim in Canada in 1965 than it is in 2019.
Asif points to the rise of Islamophobic rhetoric in the current political climate. He says he's invited numerous political leaders to Al Rashid to demonstrate the impact those words can have.
And I have to tell my children all the time, explain to them that being a Muslim is not a bad thing. The way you see Islam represented on television is not the way Muslims are, and we have to actually unwind that for our children.
The recent spate of global violence against houses of worship has also struck at the core here. Al Rashid adding security measures to events like Ramadan and Eid. But in tragedy, the various faiths have found more of a resilient unity.
Now we have this exchange, a constant exchange between various faith groups and Al Rashid and the Muslim community.
Al Rashid's philosophy also includes interweaving its outreach into the community fabric. They host an annual Taste of Ramadan for all Edmontonians, and on cold winter days, the mosque's doors have swung open to serve as a shelter with hot food for guests.
They'll be greeted by a warm smile and some friendly volunteers that will be welcoming people in. We've done this in the past as well, and this is our community, this is our city that we take pride in.
Patan says changing attitudes, even those most resistant to acceptance, requires a proactive approach.
And I would say to those that harbor hate towards Muslims, that please come. Try to get to know a Muslim, and I promise you, our mosque will always be open.
Still, Sadiq Patan says he's a realist. 3 generations after the Al Rashid Mosque broke down barriers in Canada, he knows that his kids will still be facing an uphill battle.
My kids will have to share in that effort with the rest of Edmontonians, with the rest of Canadians, in making sure that we make this world an inclusive and accepting place for all.
In Edmonton, Courtney Theriault, City News.